Hello, hi guys, it's Bindu Javikrama from Rocky Explore channel. As we promised in the first part of our grammar lesson in English, we have come with the lesson do, does, and did with try to be with the hope and the plan to discuss about the positive or the affirmative, negative, and questions, how they are constructed and how can they be used, and what are the main tips that you have to keep in your mind in order to identify these sentences, and when you are asked in case to construct this type of questions and to identify the elements of these verbs. So that's it, let's start our lesson. Does and do. The singular and plural forms of this do and does with I, even though I is singular, it is used do. With you, with he, she, it, since they are singular, it is used do. It do use does, but in the yellow color highlighted part, it's you. It is not used does, whether it is singular or plural, because you gives the sign or the idea of both singular and plural. So it's kind of exception. You have to take it into mind and keep in whatever the place you are asked to use, so you have to use it. Keep in mind, you have to use the plural form or the do or the verb do with you and I. Okay, whether they are in singular form, I is already singular, but when you are talking about you, it is both singular and plural. I have discussed it about the previous part also, previous lesson also. If you have followed that course, it will be really helpful for you to understand the facts here. So if you didn't follow it yet, please do follow, and then you can get a great idea and you can get into the flow. Okay, so when it goes to the plural form, we, you, they, the verb use is do. Okay, and you here in yellow color highlighted part, it's an exception, since you depicts both the nature of singular and plural. And you have to keep in mind again that I, even though I is singular, because of the exception that it holds other than all the type of nouns, I means you are going to be exception other than all the things. So that's the trick. Okay, used do, not does. The rule of do and does, how they are constructed, what are the verbs that can be formed, how the verbs can be formed with this do and does. Rule number 1, it commonly goes with plural, but exceptions, as I said before. The rule number 1 is do. Using of do along with the kind of a verb that stand alone, you can just create a kind of a verb which stands with in contraction or with joined hands in a kind of a sentence. Okay, verb go. If I just talk about verb go, it can stand alone, it just the verb go. But if I use that verb go in a sentence, it has a really big meaning under that it is constructed with two elements. They are do plus go, so it constructs go. Rule number 2, commonly used with plural and singular things. Other than that, there are exceptions, and also a kind of a note is there, so it can be discussed in latter part of this lesson. The rule number 2 is does plus verb makes the verb with es at the end. So this is the example, does plus go, goes. Okay, so the special note we are going to focus is if the subject or the noun is I or we or you, it always follows rule number 1. The plural, commonly used with plural, do plus verb, that is the rule they are going to follow, not the next one, even though they may be single sometimes with I and you. So with does plus go like that, you can use does plus eat, eats, the final result. Does plus run, runs. Does plus come, comes. Does plus rain, rains. So these are the examples. Positive examples for this do and does are as follows. I watered the plants. So here, as I said in before, water, if I just talk about the verb water, then it can stand alone without any kind of verb. Okay, but if I use the verb water along with the sentence, then it has a really great meaning underneath, that it is constructed with the conjunction of verb water and verb do, that is depicted in the brackets. So like that, if we go to the fourth one example, it barks. This word barks comes because it is singular. Okay, it is, the word barks is constructed using does plus bark. You can refer to the other examples also, thinking about the subject, whether it is singular, plural, and also the exception that I have told before. Negative examples. Here in these negative examples, you have to keep this fact in your mind clearly, because it is not just simple as using not after the verb whatever you have first got. The first one was in simple present tense. I am a teacher. Okay, but when it is converted into negative form, we just simply use the word not after the main verb. I am not a teacher. But here in this do and does thing, you have to take this into your mind clearly. If I just say I water the plants as the affirmative or positive one, you are asked to turn it into negative. You have to first extract the underneath or the complementary verbs that are hidden beneath the main verb. Here water. It is, as I said in the rule, you can just go to the formula and get the idea. Water is consisting both do and water. So take those two words, extract those two words and take them out, identify the main verb and then put them in the order. Between the main verb and the subordinate or the next verb, you can just put not. Then it is converted easily into negative example. This is okay with the does form also. If I say it barks, the word barks is constructed along with two words, the main verb as does and the subordinate verb is bark. So it is converted into negative form like this: it does not bark. And the other examples are also as follows, depending on the answers and questions for this do and does. First one, I eat chicken. The verb eat, it is constructed with do plus eat. So you can, as in the negative form, you can also, in here also you can extract main verb and the subordinate verb, which is do and eat, and then construct the question as what do you eat. It is asking about what I am eating. Okay, what I do eat. So you can just ask the question, what do you eat? And then goes to the third example, it barks. Barks constructed with does and bark. So the question will be, what does it do? So like that, other questions will also follow the same rule depending on the singular and plural forms. Then it is about did. In singular and plural form, both you can just use only did. There's no any difference, no any exception. It is did with whatever the singular plural form. Rule for construct, the formula for both plural and singular forms of this nouns or subjects, it is like this. If you get a past tense of a verb, take an example, go. It is present tense, it's go. In past tense, it is went. How this verb went is constructed? It is with this formula. Verb did is added to the verb go and constructed went. Like this, all the other past tense forms of the verbs are constructed according to this formula. Did is the constant and the verb here it is go, it is the variable thing. It can be varied depending on the variable or the variable verb. The result is changed. You can use this in whatever the thing you need to use them with in order to construct past tense. The positive examples for them like this in does and do. I watered the plants. So watered is constructed with did plus water. The second, we ate rice. Ate is constructed with did plus eat. So as the other ones also follow, no and singular plural categorization. For negative examples for did, it is also like do and does. You have to, if it is the sentence is the affirmative or positive one is I watered the plants, then you have to get the verb that is watered and take the two main verb and the subordinate verb, and then you can turn it into negative simply by using the word not in between those main verb and the subordinate verb. The example is I did not water the plants, because the verb watered in positive form was constructed with did and the verb water. So simply use not in between them. So other examples also follows the same rule. Next is about answers and the questions that is in relation with them. I ate chicken. How this can be answer for a question and how to make that question, how to construct that question. So the answer is I ate chicken. Ate is constructed using did plus eat. So take the main verb, it is did. The next verb is the subordinate verb, it is eat. So simply make the question like they are asking about the things that you eat. That I eat. In here what I ate, it is the question. So you can just ask thinking about an external party is asking this question from you and you are giving the answer here like I ate chicken. The question will be what did you eat? So like that, all the other verbs, all the other questions are developed or constructed according to the answers, and the rule stays constant. So guys, this is the end of our lesson do, does and did, the second video of our series of English grammar, and the most of the errors that you make, the grammar sections. So our next video will be on present perfect tense and past perfect tense. It is about all perfect tense. This is a really critical grammar section that most of the errors are made of. And please subscribe our channel and do like and share this video with your loved ones and your friends, so you can share the knowledge and can learn a lot of critical grammar sections in a really short time of period, and you can make a lot of clarifications where you had doubts. So please subscribe, do subscribe again and again. I say you please subscribe and watch our previous videos also, and click the bell button to get more updates. So please keep in touch. Thank you.